Hey everyone, Doug here with B&H. Now, more than ever, might seem like the perfect time to learn a new craft. Now, the video space is growing more than ever, and in many cases, right out of people's bedrooms. With a little creativity, there's no limit to the stories you can tell. So in this video, we'll be helping beginners become digital content creators. The beauty of these suggestions is that content creator can mean almost anything. Maybe you have a cooking show you want to develop in your own kitchen. Maybe you want to set up a product review channel like our own. Perhaps you want to show off your KD ratio in a live stream. Or maybe you just want to start a vlog. Study. Study, study, study. It's one of the best things you can be doing right now. Studying your favorite creators, whether that's a YouTuber or filmmaker or even a channel. See what they do so that you can get some inspiration for your own content, and of course, put your own spin on it. Collaboration. When we're finally able to leave the house, try to collaborate with other creators in your city. If you have no on-set experience, volunteer on small independent shoots. Shadow another professional if possible. You're going to wear many hats when you help set up cameras, lighting, and other gear, and you learn a lot by just being around other creators and seeing how they work. Say yes to everything, even if it's not the type of videos you want to be doing. You'll get there. You just need the experience and the opportunities to build your portfolio, and even more importantly, to learn how to efficiently and professionally produce your own content. Choosing gear. So now that you're to start shooting and creating your own content, yes, you'll need to buy gear. So what do I buy, you may be asking yourself? Well, my first advice would be don't follow the trends. Sure, it may be nice to have that gimbal or the latest drone, but we're here to hone our craft. Sharpen our blades. We're not going to talk cameras here because that's an entire conversation in itself, but we're going to talk about essential equipment that will help you get the job done. So for starters, get yourself a decent tripod, a fluid head that is well balanced, sturdy, and supports the weight of your camera setup. Tripods can last a long time if you treat them well. Now, a static shot may seem boring, but any shot on a tripod will force you to think about how you compose your frame, adding depth to the image and relying less on camera movement. Some of the most engaging content on YouTube is little more than a top-down camera view of people doing things. So the bottom line is this: you can get some really creative shots with a tripod. Monopods work well too, and are especially useful in run-and-gun situations. Lenses. So lenses will be one of the more expensive things you buy. As the prices and capabilities of cameras have gone down, lenses have stayed in a similar price range for quite some time. Now there is a reason for that. It's because they're versatile, they last years, and they are a key element in producing a great image. One of the best things you can do is invest in a nice set of lenses so that when you upgrade your camera, you can keep your lenses and use them on the next camera. Even if you change systems, depending on how you do it, you can simply adapt your lenses. Now generally, I recommend a good fast prime lens, an all-around zoom lens, and a telephoto zoom lens. But that doesn't mean you have to go all out from the get-go. Trust me, it's easy to do that. Much like tripods force you to be creative, prime lenses are widely considered a great way to learn to make the most of a focal range and not simply zoom in or out to get your subject composed. Lights. You should get some decent lights, but perhaps more importantly, ones that have diffusion and light modifier options. Think softboxes, grids, things like that. You don't want to just put your lights on a stand and aim it straight at you. These days, there's a wide variety of 1x1 LED panels that are great options for small environments such as this. They offer dimming, multiple color temperatures, and battery-powered operation in most cases, meaning you can light up even the dimmest of apartments without running up your electric bill. And before you go watching the 300th video on three-point lighting, what I recommend is that you watch videos on how to light what you want to do. If it's a product review channel, for example, see how some others are doing it. If it's a Twitch stream that needs a green screen lit, you can check out a few of our own videos on how to improve your green screen lighting. If you're shooting run and gun outside, look into on-camera lights. Audio. Say it with me. Audio is 50% of video. Good audio is essential to professional, polished content. Now, obviously, that's even more so if you're producing a podcast, ebook, voiceover, or anything else that you just listen to. The truth is though, while lower quality video is often tolerated by viewers, bad audio can be seen as the mark of an amateur production. That's just how it is. Now, that doesn't mean you need the highest end microphones and recording gear to get good sound, but you should get yourself the right gear for the job. So at a minimum, you'll want a microphone that's not just the one built into your camera. In many cases, on your own, you can get away with just one lav mic like we have here. This should isolate your voice pretty well and make you much clearer in the end. Shotgun microphones are another great option, but do be mindful of them in echo-heavy environments such as an apartment. Depending on your setup, a good audio recorder and a preamp like the Mix Pre 3 could be game-changing when it comes to clarity in your sound. Some camera setups also have higher quality preamp options that allow professional XLR connections, much like the GH5 setup we typically use in a lot of our videos. And although they're not as good as a dedicated device, they are a huge improvement over sending audio directly to the camera. If you're creating audio content exclusively, consider a large diaphragm condenser microphone and a good audio interface to record high quality audio directly to your computer. Storage and media. Digital media consumes a ton of space. I can't have enough of it. If you shoot a lot of video, you can easily fill several terabytes with just raw footage. And of course, you're going to want backup solutions too. First off, get yourself the right media for your camera. Chances are you'll be shooting to SD cards or similar, and if you're shooting 4K footage or ultra high resolution still images, you're going to want larger and, more importantly, faster cards. When it comes time to offloading that footage to edit, you have a few options. At a minimum, try to keep an external hard drive backup of your files if your only option is to store data on your computer's internal hard drive. A better option would be an external RAID setup that offers speed and redundancy. You'll still want a backup option, don't get me wrong, but this is a flexible solution that can hold a lot more data and provide faster throughput. If possible, I also highly recommend working off solid-state drives, or at least dedicating a solid-state drive for cache on your computer. The last tip we can give is to always plan ahead when telling your story. That means have a plan to get from A to Z. Even a fleshed out treatment with bullet points and an organized set of ideas that you need to address in your content can make the difference between a cohesive story and a rambling mess with no clear direction. For example, if you're baking, you should know that you'll want close-ups of every individual ingredient, and that you should probably be prepared to repeat some of the actions. If you're creating a cinematic documentary of your latest outdoor adventure, know that you're going to have to place the camera down, walk in front of it, and then retrieve it to get that shot. And while planning ahead will get you very far, don't be afraid to mess up either. Everything you make is a learning experience, as long as you build on what you've done and make the most of the gear you have. Digital content creation has never been easier or more accessible, so it's the perfect time to tell your story. I'm Doug with B&H, and I'll see you next time.